Welcome to the IET project report creation instruction video. I hope you will find this video very useful. Let's get started. Okay, first let us look at the timeline of your IET report creation process. So as you can see here, there are 8 chapters. So there are going to be 8 assignments that you have to submit in the Moodle. And the final submission, the 9th submission, is the final draft, which will be almost the completed IET report, but a printed spiral bound copy. Now, there are some rules regarding the submission of the reports and the evaluation and the internal marks award. Now, the first rule is I have written here, as you can see, once you are submitting an assignment, then only the next assignment shall be open and available. For example, Chapter 1, Profile of Hotel and Tourism Industry. That's the first assignment. It will be accessible to you today. Now, when you submit your assignment there, then the Chapter 2 assignment, IET Report Design opens. And when you submit the Chapter 2, then the Chapter 3 opens. So that is how the assignments are organized in the Moodle. Now there is a due date for the assignments. As you can see here, chapter 1, 2 and 3, the due date is 9th of May. So you have to prepare these 3 chapters and you have to submit all the 3 assignments. And on 10th, we will be evaluating and the marks for all these 3 assignments will be put. And on 11th, you can submit chapter 4, 5 and 6 and so forth. Now, if you fail to submit an assignment, let us say that you didn't submit the assignment chapter 1, 2 and 3, but you have submitted 4, 5 and 6 before 11th. So you will be getting 0 marks for the first 3 assignments. But since you have submitted the second set of assignment in time, the second set of assignment will be evaluated. So that's the second rule. So make sure that you are sticking to the timeline, because you cannot create a very good project in just one day. So that's why we have broken it down into different dates. So all of you ensure that the first 3 assignments are submitted on or before 9th of May. If you can submit it earlier, better. The next set of assignment should be submitted before 11th. The next set should be submitted before 13th. And the spiral bound, the final submission should be ready by 15th. So if you follow this timeline strictly, by 20th, your final assignment is ready and you are ready for the exam. Now let us look at the Moodle course. So when you log on to the Moodle, in your dashboard, when you go to the course view, you can see that the IET report writing course is there. So you can click here to access the course. I hope this is familiar to you. So once you enter the course, you can see that the sections are there. So the first section that you have to complete is the logbook and PAF mark entry. So all of you have the certified logbook as well as performance appraisal form from each and every department that you have trained in. So first we look at the logbook. So here you can scan and submit the front page of the logbook. When I say front page of the logbook, I am talking about the page which contains the signature of the HR or training manager as well as the hotel seal. So I hope all of you are having this done already. So you can open the assignment and you can see the slot to submit here. And also you can see the grading criteria. So your guide will be looking at your logbook and he or she will be marking the marks for your content as well as whether certification is there. So that's about the logbook. Now let us look at the performance appraisal form. So before scanning the performance appraisal form, you have to calculate the internal marks that will be awarded to you. So the first step is to write the total score of all the PF in the front page, top right corner. So in the performance appraisal form, you have to calculate how much marks you have got based upon the marking of the hoteliers. You have to find the total. The total will be out of 150. For each performance appraisal, on top right corner, you can write the score. So sometimes you might get 150 out of 150. Sometimes it can be slightly less than that. Whatever is that, for each PF you have to write the score on top. So that's the first step. Once you have done this, you can take a piece of paper and do this. That is, you have to calculate the average of all the performance appraisal form. So how to find average? Now let us assume that you have worked in 4 departments and there are 4 PFs, and you have got the score as follows: 120, 130, 130 and 140. So since there are 4 departments or 4 PF, we have to add these 4 scores, divide it by 4. For example, here when you add all these 4 marks, you will get 520. You divide 520 by 4, that gives you 130. So 130 is the average score. And once you have got the average score, you can divide this average score by 150. So as you can see, the average score is 130. You divide it by 150, it becomes 0.86. You can multiply it with 100, that will be 86.6. So this calculation has to be written on a piece of paper, and then you can write your name and sign, and along with the 4 PF you can scan this particular page and it can be submitted in this assignment. Right, so we have understood the first section that has to be completed, that is logbook and performance mark appraisal form mark entry. Now let us get familiar with the rest of the sections. Next section is IET Report Writing Quick Reference Guide. So here you can see, go through this particular PPT. This talks about which are the various chapters and which are the chapters that requires citation, which are the chapters that should be based on your thought process, which are the chapters which will be based on your logbook. So you can go through this. So the PPT is available here. You can also click on this link to access the PPT as Google Slides. And also there is a IET report for reference. Right. So when you open this particular link, you will be able to see the project report which was created by Tojin Thomas. So he did his training in Taj Madikeri Resort and Spa, Coorg. So this is the cover page. Then you have the training certificate, then the performance appraisal form. Now the performance appraisal form of all the departments are attached here. Then you have the acknowledgement, project preface, declaration, the certification page, list of contents, and so forth. Now this particular report is the old syllabus report. There are small differences in the the report that you will be creating. So this is just an overview for your reference. So far we have discussed about the IET report writing quick reference guide. Now apart from this, there is the sample IET report, which is the framework for the IET report. This is the document that you have to refer every time you create the report. This particular document is available here. When you click on the layout and chapterization, this particular document is available. So this is the entire framework of your IT report. So this is your chapter 1. What is the content to be added there? This is chapter 2, then chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. So chapter 5 is very long because we are talking about the profile of the department trained in. So whatever you have noted down in your logbook will come here. Operational aspect is the continuation of the training process. 7th chapter is a SWOT analysis, which you have to think and write. Conclusion is the overview of your learning experience. These are the possible headings. And this is the exam pattern. So we will discuss about this in detail. Before that, let us understand other aspects also. Now, right now I have explained about the sample IET report framework. This is accessible here. Sample IET report. Now, SWOT analysis, how to do a SWOT analysis is explained here. You can go through that. Now, once you have reported to college on 6th or 6th onwards, you have to submit your assignment in this section. This is the report writing assignment section. So presently, I have updated all the required information, all the videos pertinent to report writing assignment in this section. And the layout of the IET report is available with each and every assignment. For example, this is a chapter 1 assignment. The layout is available here. Chapter 2 assignment, layout is available here. Chapter 3 assignment onwards, the layout is not available, but you can always access the layout by clicking this link, or you can go to the main page, sample IET report, framework of IET report. The report writing assignment section is the main section that you have to visit every day to submit your assignments. So when you click there, first you can see this pre-formatted Google Docs. Now, Google Docs is a word processing software provided by Google, the search engine giant. I would suggest that all of you use Google Docs to compile your IET report up to the conclusion chapter. Once you have compiled up to the conclusion chapter, that is the 9th chapter, when you do the final draft, the spiral bound copy, then you can download the Google Docs as Microsoft Word format and complete the process. The reason for suggesting Google Docs is because it is having free cloud storage. For example, if you wanted to use Microsoft Office for formatting your document, and if you want cloud support, then you will have to pay a subscription every month. In case of Google Docs, it is free of cost. You have cloud backup. What is the advantage of cloud backup? In case something goes wrong, let's say that there is some virus attack and or maybe your document got deleted. If there is cloud backup, there is an option to recover whatever chapter has been deleted or lost. So the chances of losing your precious work is very less if you use a cloud supported word processing software. So that is why I recommend Google Docs. So that is one reason. The second reason is Google Docs is very accessible on your mobile device. You can type on your mobile, you can log on to any system and continue from where you did on the mobile. So for example, if you are typing something on your mobile and you go to the computer lab, you want to continue your work there, you can log on with your email ID and you can continue your work there. So that is the beauty of Google Docs. So I strongly suggest that all of you use Google Docs for formatting your report. So I have created a video demonstration demonstrating how to do the correct formatting. When you say correct formatting, these are the criteria. So font should be Times New Roman, heading style should be having a particular font size. Heading style 1 is 16, 2 is 14, 3 is 12. Normal text is again 12. It should be double spaced. The text should be justified. The paragraph, that is the main paragraph, should be justified. Main heading should be heading 1, center lined. So many criteria are there. I will show you an example. Now this is the chapter 1, profile of the hotel and tourism industry. So this particular font is 16, font size is 16, is center aligned, bold and double spaced. This is heading style 2. Here it will be bold, italic, title case. This is heading style 3. So again bold, italic, title case. But this is font size 12, this is font size 14 and this is font size 16. Now the paragraph is justified alignment. That means this right side and left side are in same line. If it is left aligned, this side will be zigzag. So this is how the document should be formatted. So main heading, this is a chapter heading, subheading, subheading and so forth. So this particular formatting is pre-formatted and made available here. So if you are on a mobile device, if you are on a computer, you click on this, you can create a copy of document which will be saved into your drive. And here you can get all the formatting required. So a separate video shall be done to explain how this pre-formatted Google Docs works. Now let's move forward to understand what are the other features. So this is the video showing how to use Google Docs. This is the video talking about how to do the citation using a software called as CiteFirst. You can go through this video and follow the instructions. Talking about citations, let me show you an example. So here you can see that sustainable design is the heading and this is the content this particular student has written. Now where did he get this content? Where did he read about this? So here in the bracket you can see Sharma 2021. So an author named Sharma in the year 2021 has published an article, maybe online or on a book, and that is being quoted here. So this is called as citation. You should watch that video to understand more details. Now, correspondingly, if I want to know who is this Sharma and where this particular what information is there. So here in the reference, you can see that according to the author name, alphabetically it is ordered. So here we have Sharma. So Economic Times hospitalityworld.com, that is the website he has referred. So we can click on that link. And this particular article can be read by us. So that's the idea of bibliography and citation. So whatever you are writing in the chapter 1, whenever you are referring a website, a book, a journal, or a magazine, there should be a citation corresponding to that. Coming back to the Moodle, you can see that this particular video which talks about the citation, how to do it. Make sure that you are watching this video before attempting the assignment. So here the timeline of the IET report creation is there, that which we have discussed in the beginning of this video. You can access it here. And also, if you want to open it in detail, you can come all the way down here. And here also, the timeline of the IET report creation is available. Now, this is the IET Evaluation Rubric overview. Every chapter has a rubric. For example, if you open the first chapter, here you can see this particular box. This is called as the rubric. So the first criteria when we are evaluating, we will be looking at the fonts and formatting. Now, if you have put all the styles correctly, we'll be marking 3 points. You will be able to see where the marks you have got and where you have lost the mark by looking at your assignment. So that is the beauty of rubrics. So the second criteria is the citation, whether you have put the citation perfectly or not. The third criteria is the content, how you have written the content. So the evaluator will be reading your content, and based on that they will give you marks. So if something is, if you are not getting full marks here, then you should make the improvement in the subsequent submissions. So that is the idea of rubrics. And the very important thing is promptness. Now, rest of the criteria up to 3 points, but for promptness there is up to 10 points. So if you submit on or before due date, you will get 10 points. If you submit late, you will be losing some points. And if you don't submit in time, you will be getting 0 marks there. So that is how the criteria, the rubrics criteria is set. For each and every assignment, there is a separate rubric. So this particular PPT here will show you all the rubrics for all the chapters. For example, you can either view through this or you can click on this link to open the PPT. Now here, this is the first chapter's rubric, that which I have just shown you. This is the second chapter's rubric. So in the second chapter, the content that we are looking for is slightly different from the first chapter. So you can use this PPT to understand what are the evaluation criteria for all the chapters that you are going to submit. Now here we have the chapter 3. Now when chapter 3 came, there are more criteria. Chapter 4, there is even more criteria. Chapter 5, apart from the fonts and formatting, so many details are there. Chapter 6, Chapter 7, Chapter 8, and the final draft. So final draft has so many criteria. So it is divided into parts. This is part 2, part 3. Now, why this PPT exists here is for your reference at any point of time. If you have any doubt, you can look up this particular PPT here. You can open the PPT using this link and clear your doubts. Now, this is the first assignment that you have to submit today. So you can always click on the layout of the IET report and it opens like this. You can click on the profile of hotel and tourism industry. So on the top right corner, you can see the range of chapters. Chapter 1 page range is 1 to 2 pages. So your content should be restricted to 1 to 2 pages. So what you have to do is you have to look up latest trends in the hotel industry, read from that source and write appropriate headings, summarize what you have read. Now, please do not copy and paste from the internet. That is not what is expected. If you simply copy and paste, you get 0 marks for your assignment. So you'll read, understand the key points, summarize and type it in your own words here. And then you will give proper citation. So last name of the author and organization name and year. So just for reference, we'll just open the example. Here, the first trend that the student has identified is the sustainable design. Second trend is augmented reality. Sustainable design is by an author named Sharma from a newspaper, ET World newspaper. Augmented reality, an author named Ansari. Internet of Things, someone named Mystery. Then we have the new trends in tourism industry. So he has written about leisure travel, transformative travel, sleep tourism, and so forth. And in 2 pages, the first chapter is done. And there are 6 citations. So each paragraph is taken from 6 different sources. I hope that chapter 1 is clear. This is how the chapter 1 has to be done. Now let us look at the chapter 2. So chapter 2, I have made it into a template so that it is easier for you to fill up. Now your IET report is a type of research report. I'll be teaching about research and research report in the 7th semester. And in the 8th semester, you will be creating a hospitality research project. So you will have a very good understanding when you reach 7th semester about this. For the time being, what you have to do is, this particular chapter, the things marked in red has to be edited. And under the other headings, the content based on your hotel has to be updated. Now let us go through that. Objectives. To understand the history and specialty of, so if you have worked in Ritz-Carlton, or then you can write understand the history and specialty of Ritz-Carlton, Bangalore. Or if you have trained in Coorg Wilderness Resort, so you can write to understand the history and specialty of Coorg Wilderness Resort and Spa. So like this, you can write the objectives. There will be 4 objectives. Scope. Here you have to write the report titled Operational Aspects of the name of the hotel and place. So Ritz-Carlton, Bangalore describes the operational aspect that I have observed during my industrial training exposure. Internship placement breakdown in different departments. Now the thing written in blue is just an instruction. You don't have to write that. So you will write duration of the training, and you can draw a table like this. You can put the details as shown. So methodology, you can give an overview of which are the websites that you have referred in your report. Did you refer any books for your uh, research? That can be mentioned here. Have you referred any journals? If journal is there, you can write this, otherwise you can remove it. Primary data source is observation method. You have used a method called as participatory observation. So you can write the same thing. Data analysis method, you have qualitative analysis, right? About sort, you can retain the same thing. Then you can write your own limitations, in your own words. So with that, the chapter 2 will be completed. Next is the chapter 3. Quite simple. Profile of the place. Suppose you have trained in Bangalore, you have to talk about the details of the place. What is that place? What is the specialty of the place? Then you can talk about the climate, demography. Demography means the type of people who are living in the locality. The places of interest nearby, location of the hotel, distance from the airport, distance from railway station, and access via road. So with that, when you complete these 3 chapters, the submission 1 due on 9th of May will be complete. On 11th May, chapter 4, 5, and 6 are due. Now let us look at the chapter 4, profile of the. Here in red, it is written as name of the hotel. That means you have to write the name of your hotel. For example, profile of Ritz-Carlton, Bangalore, or profile of Taj Yeshwanthpur, Bangalore. So appropriately, you have to write the heading. Now history. So you can summarize the history of the particular property. You can look up the website of the particular hotel, and you can give the citation to the same. Mission and vision statement of the hotel from the website you can get, and just bring and copy and paste it as it is, because mission and vision statement, it should be stated as it is. We cannot make any changes in that. Now different brands under the company. So for example, Taj comes under Taj Group of Hotels, which is called as India Hotel Company Limited, IHCL. So there are so many brands such as Taj Mahal Palace, Ginger, Gateway, Palaces and Resorts, like that. There are different brands, sub-brands which come under the same company. So you can explain about it. You can create a table with the logos and the specialty, whichever is appropriate. Affiliation, we are looking at which is the parent company. For example, Ritz-Carlton Bangalore comes under the purview of Marriott Group Hotels, or any Taj Hotel come under IHCL. So that is affiliation. Next is the location of the hotel, specialty of the hotel. This is where you talk about the unique selling proposition of the hotel, or USP of the hotel. Every hotel has USP, because every business has a USP. For example, the Hyatt Bolgatti in Kochi boasts of very excellent conferencing facilities, and then they have grand suite rooms named after various spices, offering various levels of luxury. So like this, you can identify unique selling proposition of the hotel. Most probably it will be available in the website of the hotel. You can fill in those details. Target market, whether your hotel is a business class hotel, is it a leisure hotel, that's what has to be added. Now, who are the competitors? Now, which are the other hotels which come under the same category? For example, if you consider Hyatt Bolgatti, then you have Le Méridien, which also have excellent banqueting facilities. So that's about the chapter 4. Now chapter 5, profile of the department trained in. Now if you have worked in all the 4 departments, you have to write about all the 4 departments. So here, if it is front office, you have to write about the working hours. You can create a table if you want. Services provided to the guest and the prices. Again, it can be tabulated or it can be a paragraph. The category of guests using the service. Organization chart of the department trained in. Now you have to draw an organization chart. In Moodle, there is a tutorial showing how to draw the organization chart. So the demonstration video can be seen in this section. So the first video shows how to draw an organization chart using draw.io, and also later you will have to draw the layout of the department that you have trained in. For that also you can use draw.io. Now this particular software is available online and it is free of cost and it is very easy to draw. So you should watch this video to understand how to utilize it. And if you are familiar with Canva, Canva also has this particular feature. You may use Canva also. Both these softwares are recommended. Yes. So the organization chart you can draw using draw.io or you can use Canva. Job description of the staff. So you can refer the textbook to write about the job description. You can use Sudhir Andrews' textbook because it has very simple explanation of all these things. Staff scheduling, shift timing, you can write based on your experience. Layout and workflow of the department trained in. So for that you can use draw.io or Canva. Pictures of department and description of the equipment. Now in the chapter 5, you will write about the equipment. What are they used for? But the pictures will be added as appendix at the end of the report. So there will not be any inline pictures in this chapter. So please remember that. So I have made a note here. Please follow that. So that was about front office. Now same things about all the other departments. That is F&B service, food production, housekeeping. So all these 4 departments should be there, assuming that all of you have completed training in all the 4 departments. Now if you have trained only in 2 departments, only 2 departments detail need to come here. Or if you have done training in more than 4 departments, some of you might have got an opportunity to work in the human resources or sales and marketing. In that case, there may be 5 departments. You can update accordingly. Suppose you did training in only 1 department, you need to write only about 1 department. So that's about the profile of the department train. And also in this chapter 5, you can have inputs from the observatory checklist which was given to you. That can also be used. Now the 6th chapter, here it is the operational aspects of the department. So you can write about the jobs that you have carried out, work schedule, forms and formats used. So if you have collected forms and formatted from the hotel, well and good. That can be scanned and attached in the appendix. But if the hotel didn't permit you to bring any copies, then you can draw the forms and format which was used there and update here. So of each department that you have trained in. So again, depends upon how many departments you have trained in. If you have trained in 4 departments. If it is 5, it is 5. If it is 1, it is 1. So that's about the 6th chapter. The third assignment due date is 13th May. Chapter 7 and Chapter 8 has to be submitted. So now let us look at the Chapter 7 and Chapter 8. The Chapter 7 is titled Operational Problems Observed and Solutions. This is also called as SWOT analysis. So here you are going to analyze the advantages and disadvantages of the hotel. Right. So there are a lot of things which are positively affecting the hotel. They are called as advantages. So they can be either called as a strength or an opportunity. So as you can see there, strength, opportunity. These two things are advantages to the hotel. It is helping the business of the hotel. Whereas there are factors which is negatively affecting the business of the hotel. They can be either classified as weakness or threats. So strength, weakness, opportunities and threat. That is the meaning of SWOT. S-W-O-T. S for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunities and T for threat. Now what you have to do is you have to make a list of things which are advantages for the particular hotel that you have trained in. Make a list of 10 or 15 bullet points. These are the good things about the hotel. And write these are the bad things about the hotel, or disadvantages or negative things about the hotel. So from that list, you have to see which are the things which the hotel management has direct control on. Let us say that we are saying that the hotel is having good qualified staff. There is sufficient number of staff in the hotel. There are a lot of Malayali guests and there are a lot of Malayali staff in the hotel. Now these are all good things. And about staffing, about the quality of the staff, about the number of staff, these are the things which is directly under the control of the hotel. So if something is directly under the control of the hotel, then it is called as a strength. Now if the same things, there is no sufficient staff, the staffs are not qualified, staff are not able to communicate to the guests properly. Now these are the things which the management could have direct access, right? They could have controlled it directly. Such factors are called as weakness. Right. So strength and weakness are directly under the control of the management. So all the good things directly under the control of the management will be called as strength. All the negative things which is directly under the control of the management will be called as weakness. And then we have opportunities and threats. Opportunities are good things, threats are bad things or disadvantageous things. But opportunities means these are good things but not directly under the control of the hotel or the management. For example, if there is an event happening in Kochi, let's say that there is a cricket match happening. Now all the hotels has an opportunity to have guests there, but the guest will decide which hotel will they choose. So whether the guest will come to the hotel or not, it is not directly under the control of the hotel, but a lot of guests are going to come and there is a advantageous situation not directly in the control of the management, then it is called as an opportunity. So opportunities are not directly under the control of the hotel, but these are good things. Same way threats are there. Negative things outside the hotel, not under the control of the hotel. For example, flood comes, some government policies come, the attitude of people towards the hotel is changing. All this can become threat. And also similar hotels in the same locality can be a threat. So there is a 5-star hotel in the place and nearby another five-star hotel is there, that can be a competition, it can be a threat. So you have to think and list out the good aspects and the bad aspect, and analyze which are the things the hotel has directly in control. Those things which are directly in the control will be either strength or weakness. Strength if it is good things, weakness if it is bad things. And in case of opportunities and threats, those things which are indirectly in the control of the hotel, or what the hotel cannot directly control, they are either opportunities or threats. So you have to draw a matrix like this, and you have to list out in bullet points the positive things, the negative things, internal, external, and you should be able to explain all of this. You can write the explanation of each of the bullet points that you have put here. So that is the 7th chapter. And here, if you have referred some place, some aspects you want to write, and you have referred a website or a book, then you must give a citation. But if you have not referred anywhere, then citation is not applicable. But ideally, when you say that a hotel is having a particular strength, if you can cite a source for that, then that will be a better SWOT analysis. That will be an excellent SWOT analysis. So that is about the chapter 7. Now let us look at the chapter 8. So chapter 8 is the conclusion. So first thing is summary. So you will summarize your overall experience of getting trained in that particular hotel. Then specialty of the hotel and location. What is the USP of your hotel? What are the special things that attracts the guest to the hotel? What are the specialty of the place that attracts guest? Those things can be written. Your learning experience at the IET. What did you learn? Having trained there for 6 months, what did you learn? That can be summarized here. And based on the SWOT analysis, you can write some recommendation. If there is some weakness that the hotel can improve, you can give a recommendation there. It should be logical. So these are the 4 headings which will come under the conclusion. And with that, your 8 chapters are ready. And now you can go forward and create the final spiral bound copy, which is the last assignment. So we'll discuss about that. The 4th and last assignment is due on 15. So this is where we prepare the spiral bound copy, the entire report starting from the title page to the appendix. All has to be updated in the proper format. So now let us look at what are the features or what are the requirements. So before printing the IET report, you should go and look up this checklist. So before printing, you have to make sure that all the mistakes in all the chapters are corrected. You have to check in the PDF for any alignment. Now, another very important thing is when you send your document for printing, it should be sent only as PDF. Do not forward your Word document, because if you send it as Word document, the alignment will change when you open it in another system. So it is best to send it as PDF. So PDF will show you how it will come out as a print. So always send a PDF. And if there is any mistake in the PDF, you should rectify it. Otherwise, in the print also, the mistake is going to repeat. On the cover page, there should not be any page number. So a separate PDF for the cover page has to be maintained. So 2 PDF will be there. one PDF is only the front page. The second PDF will be the entire document. So after printing and before binding, section headers has to be inserted. OSP sheets has to be inserted in front of the title page as well as training certificate. Now the number of copies to be printed is originally 3, but you need to print only 2 copies, one spiral bound copy and one final copy to be submitted for the exam. Now all the cover page, title page shall be in color in all the reports. Okay, coming back to the MOODLE. Now here there is a link to download the initial pages template. This is the first page's PDF. The PDF is for reference. There are 7 pages. Now you can download this particular Word format. Right, so this is editable. All these things which are there in red color, you have to edit and put your details and convert it back to black color. Right, so here you can go to Files, Download, Microsoft Word, and this will be saved to your system, and you can download your Google Docs report in Word format, and you can combine this together. But you will require a system to do this. So if you do not have your own system, you can use the college computer lab to get your work done. Right, so these 7 initial pages should be downloaded and inserted. Now, how to format the document using Microsoft Word? A tutorial is created. Make sure that you are watching the tutorial and follow the instructions. Right. So all these details which I have told, I have just written it down so for your reference. And once it is done, you can submit a soft copy here, as well as you can print the spiral bound copy and bring it to the concerned guide. So when you bring a spiral bound copy, the guides will mark any corrections on that so that it is easier for you to understand, and you should make all the corrections that is required, and you can consult with the guide and your marks can be improved and the final draft can be printed. So for internal mark, the 50% of the marks will be based on this spiral bound. The rest 50% will be based on the performance appraisal form, as well as all the 8 assignments that you have submitted so far. An average of that will be taken. So we have finished explaining the report writing assignment. This video is created so that you can always go back and re-listen the things that has to be done. So if you have any doubt, you can clarify that. I hope you will find this useful and make the best use of this. Thank you.